interesting nangyayari dito. Si Asi nga nanonood. Okay, mapakita natin. In the meantime, Chris Ellis starts the ball game with that layup.
Chris Ellis also a beneficiary that Ginebra plays much faster now, shooting over close to 60% in the conference.
Meantime, here's Mike Singletary shooting over Japet. Let's go over the primary protagonists on the floor for Ginebra. They are in immaculate white. Mark the Spark Tagiwa, L.A. Tenorio, Chris Ellis, Dior Lohorn, and Japet Aguilar. For Barako Bull, we have JC Intal, Mike Singletary, Nick Pinisi, Ron J. Buenafe, and my favorite minion of all time, Eamon Montfort, as L.A. Oh, blocked by Mick.
Talk about all the other guys. We talked about Danny Siegel and many of the Barako veterans, but Mick Pinisi has been putting up very solid numbers this conference, averaging double-digit rebounds.
Here's Japet actually matched up against Singletary. Here's Kagiwa. Kagiwa on the move, handoff, Lohorn, and connects.
Has to be in terms of athletic ability, hindi siya yung isa doon sa mga pinakamataas na athletic ability doon sa group ng imports natin. But that's where he's gonna attack you down in the paint using his size.
He has to be the widest among all the imports. Siya yung nag-iisang mukhang football player. American football.
Pero alam mo, kahit yung ganyan yung katawan niya, but the import of Alaska, I think, is the strongest import in the lot. Sa lakas ng katawan, ha?
He scored what? 28 points? Yung rebound putback lang. Hindi lang na tumitira sa labas eh.
Nagmukhang mahina nga katawan ni Abueva sa kanya.
That's true, yeah. Si McInnes, impressive considering that he's not really athletic, pero siya talent. Meantime, here's Lohorn and back-to-back hits for Lohorn in the opening quarter.
And he's showing us that he too has that, he can use his body, yung size niya.
2 minutes having gone by in the opening quarter. Montfort over to Singletary. Singletary baseline outside. Buenafe, that's the specialty of the house.
This is good ball movement on the part of Barako Bull. Started out with a nice pick and roll, and then nag-rotate yung depensa. Mike Singletary, kita natin, willing to pass the basketball.
They go back to Lohorn. And he misses that time, and that will be last touch on Chris Ellis.
One thing with Lohorn is that doesn't really look to pass when he gets the basketball. Only 1 assist per game. So in 2 games, he's just had 2 assists total.
As Montfort misses, you can make an argument as Ginebra runs here. Well, traditionally, I would say 80% of imports not really out there to pass the ball. Kasi I think top of mind would be guys like Kenny Redfield. And yung mga imports who actually enjoy distributing the ball as we check out our Photon Strong Drive. Brought to you by Photon. Empower your business.
And to be fair, he's going to be one of those guys that may spend more time with his back to the basket, so he doesn't really see what's going on in the offensive end. Most of our imports, if not all, lahat sila, madalas sila nakaharap doon sa basket ngayon because of the size that they have.
Some problems in the backcourt for Barako, and here's Rodjay for 3. Rebound for Lohorn. I have to admit though, he doesn't look like a guy named Dior. Laki as Ellis uncorks, and the rebound goes to Pinisi.
Pag nakita mo yung pangalan, niisip mo, designer to.
Signature As Mark Agiwa snatches the ball away, goes with the behind the back dribble, goes between the legs. He attacks, floater is good.
The ability of Mark Agiwa to make and create baskets, hindi talaga nawawala. The dribbling ability and the burst of quickness to get that shot up.
3-point game for Ginebra as Mike Singletary makes it a 1-point game after scoring his first 2 points tonight.
Should expect a high-scoring game. Barako Bull, one of the teams that actually put up a lot of points on the board.
Sukatawan eh. Tiklob si Mick eh.
He's still upset. Well, he made the mistake of actually jumping.
Telling referee na nasikot daw siya sa dibdib. Meantime, here's Singletary hangs in the air and scores.
And LA is actually pointing to Mick Pinisi. DR Lohorn could not help because hinahawakan. Look at the bottom of the screen. Hinahawakan ni Mick Pinisi si Lohorn. Hindi siya makahelp eh.
Para-paraan na lang. We're all tied at 10 apiece and 7.5 to go in the opening period. By the way, earlier, Meralco winning over Talk and Text, 92-86. A bit surprising because Talk and Text already had the Gilas boys back except for Jimmy Alapad.
Yeah, but to be fair to Talk and Text, those three guys that came back, they also haven't practiced with that group of players na nandyan rin para sa Talk and Text. And Meralco, they've been close a number of times. And
I suppose you give the Talk and Text Gilas boys maybe a couple of games.
yes.
And more practices with their teammates. Approaching the halfway mark of the opening quarter, and Singletary 1 against Japit. Up defense by Lohorn, and referee Edward Aquino sees a foul.
Grabe rin yung batch of imports natin. You look at the imports that we have, you can't even point one particular guy that is far and above better than the rest. There's so many guys that are averaging over 30 points a game, have scored 40, and are walking highlights as well.
Earlier, Mario West scored 47. Tony Mitchell can score 47. On a hot night, he probably could.
Kanina nakita natin kay Tony Mitchell, most of did not take as much shots as he was taking in the first two games of Talk and Text.
As LA spins, and foul is against Eman Montfort. First personal against Eman, and that is the second team foul against Barako Bull. 10 to shoot for Ginebra. LA operating from the left side. He fires the three. Here's Buenafe. That's a turnover.
Did hit the leg of Ryan Buenafe.
Sabi na nga ba fan ka eh? Secret fan ka ni Ryan Buenafe. Ayaw pa aminin.
Lalo na sa Sunday.
Meantime, here's Lohorn. And Lohorn goes baseline. From Lohorn.
Having a good first quarter. DR Lohorn already with 8 points. Reminiscent of his first game, and during his first game, dami niya ginawa nung first quarter, pero pagkatapos nun, ang laki naman ng drop-off niya pagkatapos.
Lohorn has 8 of Ginebra's 12 points in the opening quarter. Here's Ronjay Buenafe. Ronjay spins. Shot and a rebound for Lohorn.
I did tell you that he's always looking to shoot pag ginawa ka na yung bola. Naniniwala ka na.
Sabi nila, post player. As JC used to play for Ginebra, connects. And Barako with the lead here, 13-12.
You know, JC's actually having a fairly decent conference. Quietly being one of the contributors for his squad.
Always nice to see JC healthy.
Yun ang importante.
As Kagiwa misses, and Japet misses the putback. Oh, 2 misses from Japet. Meantime, here's Montfort. Barako up by 1. And JC goes back to Eman. Montfort for 3. Yes, sir! And Eman Montfort gives Barako a 4-point advantage, 16-12. Back in a moment.
You guys are still watching PBA on IBC. Dalawang energy teams sa magkatapat ngayong gabi. Barako Bull Energy and Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. Parehong galing sa panalo at parehong inaasahan ang kanilang depensa para makaisa ulit. Para sa Barako, malaki pa rin ang inaasahan kay Michael Singletary, kay Danny Seagull, kay Ronjay Buenafe at syempre kay Eman Montfort to deliver and execute their plays on both ends. At para naman sa Ginebra, alalay lang daw sa kanilang turnovers and maximize their second chance points para masiguro ang panalo. Balik sa inyo dyan, guys.
You know, there's something different with Erica tonight. TV. Demure vibes. Oh, not used to it actually. I guess it would have been, I think we're early in the tournament pa eh.
Baka naman ano, isn't it Canada Day ba kayo? Di ba?
Hindi kasi inaaral na natin yung pwedeng yung lalaro sa world. Oh, ayun pa lang we're doing our assignment. Now, meantime, the man on the line is the Spark Kagiwa. He's wearing that compression shirt and I guess, more and more players, getting into the compression system. May sleeve, may yung sa legs, ngayon, t-shirt na.
Kahapon na kita ko yung di ba, Thursday? Meron na ako yung mga frame sa bahay, picture. Di ba dati, meron ako yung cut-offs? Sabi ko yung pala yung sige mo na ng compression shirt.
Yung ginupit na t-shirt na puti. Meantime, here's Montfort. Maganda rin sana kung nakuha ni Japet tapos challenge ni Montfort sa fast break. Sasabayan ni Eman.
Bakit di makita ni Japet na sumabay si Eman?
Here's Ellis. 16-14, Barako ball on top by 2 as we approach the last 4 minutes of the opening period. Japet, that pass was intended for Lohorn. Ends up with LA. This offensive going nowhere for Ginebra, and LA fires away, and Japet is fouled.
They're hoping he's not hurt.
Japet is still down.
And he's pointing to his knee.
His right knee.
You see, this is a very good setup on the part of LA tonight. And Japet goes hard.
Kasi wala namang nakatama sa kanya. It's how he landed.
Yeah, because of the contact in the air and parang paatras siya nakuha. You can see.
Yeah, Singletary got him on the forearm. Tapos yung pang-landing niya, mag-isa na lang si Japet when he landed. Tama ba?
Yeah. You have all your weight going one direction and you're pulled going the other way.
A big hat for Japet who's sprung off the floor, and that's always a good sign na hindi ka inaakay patayo. There's a very concerned look from Francis Chua. Tutulungan muna si Japet to get back on the bench. Head coach Ato Agustin talking with Japet, checking on his condition.
He has to shoot the free throws.
Kasi may 2 free throws siya eh. Ayun, ibabalik ngayon siya sa free throw line. It's actually Mark Kagiwa.
Akay pa rin ni Mark.
Yeah. Mark Kagiwa will escort him to the free throw line.
You can see Singletary apologizing dahil he went for the ball.
Tumipi time. Okay, let's see how Japet fares here. Remember, he's still feeling that sting dun sa kanyang right knee. I don't think he can bend it. So he has to shoot this Arwin Santos style. Don't bend the knees. Na-bend din niya. Okay, paano to?
Foul.
Give up a foul. You're not giving up a foul.
You can give up a foul
Japet
anywhere.
can't run.
No, you can give up a foul anywhere. You don't have to foul the guy with a basketball. That's the mistake of Barangay Ginebra. Foul anybody.
Now they'll call a timeout para si Japet. I think idadalhin na siya sa dugout. That's why Kirby is there. Kirby will bring him to the dugout. So strange play. Pero importante dito, si Japet can now go to the dugout para lalong maasikaso yung kanyang right knee. Always a good sign. You see a player walking on his own. after a hard fall.
Let's go, guys.
So a grim development for Coach Ato Agustin.
It changes the team all of a sudden. Alam mo, pagpasok nga ni Japet, yung sinasabi natin, all of a sudden this team is one of the most athletic. Dahil sinabi mo na si Ellis, lalagay mo pa si Japet, then LA is gonna help them run along with Mark Aguila. Now, not only do they become less athletic, they also become shorter.
Under 4 minutes remaining in the opening quarter, and they give the ball to Lohorn against Dorian Peña. Oh, it's a push. And the next foul will send the Ginebra player to the free throw line. Here's Tenorio. Wilson in the ball game here, joining Barako, Lohorn, Tenorio, and Kagiwa. For Barako Ball, Montfort, Singletary, Peña, Intal, and Mark Macapagal. Back pass by Montfort, Singletary on the left side against Wilson. Shot clock down to 12. Barako Ball up by 3. And here's Montfort from the corner. Rebound, Dorian Peña. New shot clock for Barako Ball. Montfort attacks, and the runner is good.
Doesn't really take a lot of two-point shots. He takes 2/3 of his shots from the three-point range. But right there, because you have to respect that three-point shot which he's making so far, able to get down in the middle, wala nang bantay doon.
Now it's a 5-point advantage for Barako Bull. And Lohorn fires from the outside. Second miss from the perimeter, and a foul in the backcourt. I think it's against Willie Wilson. That's his first. They have a timeout with 2:36 remaining. Barako Bull believers out of doubters like Jason here. Hindi.
A nice thing about Evan Montfort is there were a lot of talk when he entered and he was already playing for Barako during the preseason. Pero nasaktan siya, but it did not allow that did not stop him from continuing on with yung kanyang kumpiyansa, because he was during the preseason he was already doing fairly well.
And then he broke his hand.
Yes.
Tapos nawala siya. Normally pag ganun rookie ka, madi-derail yung yung excitement mo for your first tournament.
And he was a rookie na draft that didn't have any certainty kung makakapirma siya o hindi.
Right.
But he was able to impress so much during the preseason that they were willing to wait it out with a broken hand.
Meantime, JJ Helterbrand goes in, and for Barako Bull, Eman Montfort sits down for Celino Cruz. Here's Macapagal. 7-point lead for Barako Bull with under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Josh Urbistondo is now part of the ball game here for Ginebra. Lohorn. Back to Urbistondo. Shot clock down to 9. Helterbrand. Helterbrand pulling up, and that's good.
Playing that off-guard position, JJ, that's the thing that he can do. He'll just flare to the sides and be able to get that three-point shot for himself. Or long two, rather.
Peña outside. Keith Jensen with a miss. Jensen again. Still no go, and there's Singletary taking care of business and giving Barako a what is this? A 7-point lead. Sorry. Lumabas ang kryptonite, mathematics.
But you know what? Barako Bull, they put up 24 points here and quietly have built a 7-point lead.
Willie Wilson connects. So 30 seconds remaining before the end of the opening quarter. Mark Macapagal in motion. And here's Singletary. Shot clock winding down. Jensen.
Good job on the part of Dorian. Lots of rebounds para dito sa Barako Bulls at the end of this first quarter.
5 seconds to go before the end of the opening quarter, and Mac Barakael fires, connects with a three. Is that a 3-pointer or a 2-pointer? I guess it's just a 2-point shot. But they're checking. Okay, they're checking right now. Our referees are checking the monitor, and it's a 3-point shot.
You guys are still watching PBA on IBC. Sinundan ko kanina si Japet after that bad fall. At sabi niya, the left side of his right knee is hurting really bad. At naramdaman daw niya na medyo may kumalas daw. He was assessed by Dr. Calma and the team PT. So far naman daw intact, but the possibility of MCL was mentioned. And now, they're on the way to the hospital para magpa-MRI. Balik sa inyo, guys.
You know, we don't like it when we hear about yung injuries to, you know, any player. More so, member pa ng national team natin yan. So, you know, iniisip na, syempre, in the immediate future, iniisip ni Japet yung Ginebra in this tournament. But syempre, iniisip din natin, ano epekto? We are going to Spain next year.
Yes, and
we are going. Nag-apply na ako.
Ano ka na? Visa ka na. But you know what? You have to feel bad for players that get injured after coming off such a high in terms of confidence. You know that Japan is playing with a lot of confidence right now for his new team. And then, pag nasaktan ka, parang ang hirap nun as a player na bawiin ulit yung kumpiyansa mo. Dahil magsistart ka na naman sa zero eh.
And you know, Japet really magically found his confidence in the biggest tournament of his life. So as Erica mentioned, if you missed her report, Japet now on his way to the hospital to get an MRI to get a better assessment of his knee. And unfortunately, yun nga, nabanggit yung possibility na MCL.
And the thing is, players know, when you feel something, sabi namin, naramdaman siyang kumalas. That's the thing, when you feel something like that, it's always a bad sign. But of course, the good thing though para kay Japan, we did see him walking, but walking gingerly.
Nakapag-free throw pa nga. We're all hoping for the best. It doesn't matter if you're a Ginebra fan or not. He's part of the national team. In the meantime, Billy Mamaril connects on the twirling move, and he has 4 points off the bench. That will cut down Barako Bulls' lead to 3.
He's going to experience a little bit more minutes, speaking of Billy Mamaril without Japet.
Dorian Peña connects.
You know, Dorian Peña has actually given a good account of himself ever since pumasok siya. He's got 2 points. You know, those are his first 2 points, but 3 offensive rebounds to his name.
You know, if I'm not mistaken, because I follow a lot of these Barako Bull players on Instagram, I think the guys like Danny Siegel and Dorian Peña, may incentive sila eh. If they get a lot of rebounds, I believe yung team manager treats them to breakfast sa next practice. That's a pretty good incentive.
Kay Dorian, para okay yan.
Oo. Ayos yan, boss. Yeah, ito sila Mick, Dorian, DS. Basta maganda rebounding numbers nila. I think they get extra pancakes sa next practice.
Tatlong itlog, hindi na dalawa. Yung ano nila, tapsilog nila.
We are in the early moments of the second quarter, and Ginebra still trailing here as Billy Mamaril.
6 points para kay Billy Mamaril, all here in the second. Actually, the 6 points of Ginebra, all coming from Billy Mamaril.
3 minutes having gone by here in the second period, and that's a foul against Mac Barakayan. First personal against Barakayan, and that's the first team foul against Ginebra here in the second period. Going over the gentlemen on the hard court for Barako Bull, Danny Siegel, Ron J. Buenafe. Siegel connects, who is likewise there with Mick Benisi and Pete Jensen.
This Barako Bull side, they seem to be getting more comfortable to the sets that they run. Pag natatrap sila o tumitigil yung offense, they have a very good idea kung nasa yung mga kampi nila.
Is it another way of saying that they're getting more comfortable with the Toroman system?
Yes, and, because you can see that they're always starting out, there's pick and rolls at the top, and then after, defenses will play the pick and roll differently. Now they know how if the defense plays it a certain way, dito ako titingin, ito yung malilibre na to. It's a lot more smoother this conference.
Rebound picked up by Willie Wilson. Ginebra still down by 5. Will be Stordo out of control in that sequence, and vicious bounce pass from Keith Jensen. And it's a turnover.
Plays actually for both sides. On one end, nakita nga natin Barangay Ginebra, not a good pass, and that would mean LA Tenorio coming back, because you can feel it right now in this game. That first 4 minutes nung ating second quarter, it almost was parang zombie walk yung nangyari para doon sa parehong koponan. Not one team really showing that, I want this quarter. And both coaches realize it. That's why they're sending back their 8 troopers.
White Walker is back.
Ay, malapit na.
Nakatapos mo lang. A spin there by Willie Wilson. Foul on Danny Siegel. Sarcastic smile on his face. Nice pass from LA Tenorio. And a bonus free throw coming up here for Willie Wilson.
Now, if Barako wants to be successful, they have to find a way to get LA Tenorio out of that shaded area, because he keeps on getting there. Tapos nabibigyan niya ng pasa yung mga kampi niya. A number of times his teammates have not been able to make the basket, pero nagugulo yung depensa ng Barako Bull.
7.5 to go in the second period, and offensive foul here. I think it's against Evan Monfort.
Kinatawan.
Kasi katawan ni Eman eh. That's his advantage over other minions.
Low center of gravity.
And then grabe yung bachoy biceps niya, Pride of you. What about Billy Mamaril?
I know. Billy Mamaril
has made immediate impact in this game, coming off the bench. There's Billy Mamaril again.
Opportunity happens sa mga players. They didn't expect that he was going to get extra minutes dahil nawala si Japet, but it's what you do with the opportunity, and right now Billy Mamaril doing a lot with the opportunity given to him.
It pays to be ready.
Yes. Yeah, they say the best talent is actually availability. When you're available to play, at least mayroon ka ng pag-asa na magpakita ng laro.
Here's Tenorio. Marakel, shot clock down to 12. And Billy Mamaril, not that time. Rebound, Buenafe. We're all tied up at 33. Barako led by as many as 7 points. And here's a steal. LA on hold. And preemptive foul by Nick Pinisi.
Say what you want about Nick Pinisi, but he, more often than not, makes the right play. Right there, saving 2 points for his team.
Look at the numbers of Billy.
So right now, it's the locals para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. The locals have scored the last 14 points for this team.
So the lead is back with Ginebra, 36-33. Singletary pulls Barako Bull within 1.
Di mo papansin, 16 na yung ginagawa ni Mike Singletary. But you almost don't notice it because it's actually within the flow of things so far para sa Barako.
So it's actually a good sign.
Yeah, you don't
hindi
see.
Mo napapansin.
Dahil hindi mo naman siya nakikita nagwa one-on-one dyan at tinitigil yung opensa nila.
In the meantime, pansin naman that Mac Barakel is having a splendid shooting night. Barakel now with 8 points. Naman pa rin ang Ginebra, 38-35. We've crossed the halfway mark of the second quarter as Montfort sends it to Vic Penisi for 3. Ginebra players on the court: Tenorio, Barakel, Lohorn, Mamaril, and Helterbrand. Missed there by LA. Duty foul there from JJ Helterbrand. First personal against JJ. Second team foul against Ginebra. We have a timeout. Ginebra on top, 38. Danny Siegel made his first free throw and about to take his second. Just a few feet from us, Asi Taulava is here. Ba't ba siya nandito? Alam mo dito nga, tanong mo nga. Pero siya nandito.
Pero kanina mula first game nandiyan na yan.
Nanonood. Of course, si Asi is actually in the middle of a long off-season. May off-season ng NFL. Ayan, oo. Asi, why are you here?
Hindi. Sabi nung nasa likod, pagkakataon ko na to, may dala akong pansign.
Patanong kaya natin kay Eric, bakit ba nandito si Asi? Ha? Tanong din natin kay Sherry. Ang manager ni Asi, presidente ng Jason Webb Solid Pants Club Philippines yan eh.
Alam ko ba't nanonood si Asi. Pinapanood niya yung mga kasabayan niya.
Dyan sila DS, Dorian, Mick. Evan Monfort for 3. No go. Rebound, Helterbrand. Ginebra down by 1 here. We approach the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. Here's Lohorn.
Tahimik na si Lohorn ever since that first quarter. Ginebra has not gotten anything mula kay DR Lohorn.
Blocking foul on Lohorn on that drive by Danny Siegel. And for more on Danny Siegel, let's go to Eric.
It's a big game for Barako going against Ginebra, and the supporters of the barangay kaya naman they have to bring extra energy. Tiwala naman si Danny na kahit gumagawa si na LA, their defense covers all other players kaya they're not that worried. He's just really thankful for being healthy. Eating right allows him to do a lot during practices that transcends to actual games. Balik sa inyo, guys.
I wonder what is yung eating.
Ako rin yun ang iniisip ko eh.
Ano kaya yung eating?
Bumabalik yun doon sa rebounds. Pag yung rebound, marami silang kakainin sa almusal. Extra malunggay.
Ito seryoso to. If you're a PBA player, how important is it to eat right?
Well, we usually used to have a dietitian, as we see Mike Secretary here getting fouled. He used to have a dietitian, and he would always tell us that day before the game, 24 hours before the game, fish. Oh.
So hindi kayo hindi kayo carbo loading before the game? Wala, no?
Depende, iba-iba eh. Actually, basta ang doon, lagi pinaalala sa amin, is that before a game, 24 hours before, you should always have yung madali
ma-digest. Okay. But with his hard-hitting MMA action in PXC 39, Mark Yugen Strigel, the Beast, up against Jang Yong Kim for the featherweight title, September 14, 8 p.m. at the United Sports Arena, Pasig City. Buy your tickets now. Mapapanood din sa Action TV on September 15 at 9 p.m. Here's Mark Kagiwa back in the ball game. Mark goes to Barako. They swing it to LA, who has not scored tonight. Kick out para kay Mark. Mark fires a 3. LA gets that rebound against Big Pinisi. Takes a lot of guts to fight for the rebound against Big.
Just mentioned earlier, LA Tenorio has not scored, but he has done, and he does other things for his team. He's already got 5 assists, and you can see right here the effort on the part of LA. Kahit mas maliit, naunahan niya.
Rexona Power Rebound brought to you by Rexona Men with 50% more long-lasting protection so you can do more. Three minutes to go in the first half. Ginebra down by 4 points. LA zigzagging, finds Barako. He's been hot.
Good look though.
and that's good for a three.
I remember watching him in college. It seems that he's actually a better shooter now than he was in college because he's shooting over 50% from the three-point line at this point.
Here's Dior Lohorn connecting under the basket. Olewan actually joined Ateneo primarily as a shooter. And then I think yung last year niya, he really concentrated on defense. So nakalimutan rin ng shots.
Bali, champion naman siya. Isa-isa lang yung kailangan.
Oh, one at a time. As LA, erased by Singletary. And here's Benefit chased by Ellis. And Brgy will miss.
Good effort on the part of Chris Ellis. Hinabol niya yung bola doon. And he was able to change the shot of Brgy.
Yeah, it wasn't as exciting as a chase down block, but just as effective. However, Barako is still ahead by 5 points, 45-40, with under 2 minutes to go in the second period. Back in a moment.
Dandruff.
Of course, the lovely lady in the middle is Ms. R.R. Enriquez. Naturally cheering on J.J. Hilterbrand. Meantime, Chris Ellis is on the line kasi penalty na yung Barako Bull and there was a loose ball foul on Ronjay Buenafer earlier. And Ellis missing both. So it's still a 5-point Barako Bull lead.
Could have been a 4-point swing. In the essence, ano nangyari? 4-point swing in reverse ulit. Parang ganun rin, parang natuloy na rin yung layup kanina ni Ronjay. Ronjay very, very aggressive in today's game.
Here's Mark Agiwa. LA, Lohorn, and that ball goes out. This will allow the entry of Dylan Ababu.
Baka nakalimutan sa Ginebra yan, ha?
Nice to see Dylan back as Lohorn.
Lalim nung team na rin itong Ginebra dahil sa mga pick-up nila throughout the conferences that have passed because they even have who else is there in the bench? Nakita natin si Rico Meyerhofer, di na rin ginagamit pero former Rookie of the Year.
JC, Monfort fires again. Not that time. Rebound, Dorian, Ronjay. Aggressive. Like his singular purpose tonight is to try and score 50 points. But you know, you need a guy like a Ronjay for you because if someone's aggressive and someone is penetrating, it creates opportunities. Unless, of course, ayaw yun ni Raiko.
But right now, when you look at that Barako Bulls side, you have to say that at this point in their career, Ronjay is the best guy in terms of creating a shot for himself.
When you go through that Barako Bull lineup.
Yes. And he's attacking the basket with that in mind.
You know, I don't think you acquire Ronjay and then you just ask him to park himself outside the three-point line. I mean, he can do that, but he can do many more things.
Ang galing niya kasi kumontra tempo eh. You know, he really is a guy that uses a lot of quickness.
Good swipe by Dorian.
Yeah, Dorian's actually done the best job on Dior the entire night among all the big men na nilagay kay Dior.
30 seconds before the end of the first half. Here's Singletary up against 3 defenders and he still scores. $19 points for Mike Singletary. And it's now an 8-point lead for Barako Bull, their biggest lead of the ball game. Now Ginebra hoping to write the last sentence of the second chapter. And Mark Agiwa has the basketball. Here's LA. LA still scoreless tonight. Lohorn, no! And that's how we'll end the first half with Barako Bull on top by 8. Barako Bull with JC Intal, Mig Penisi, Eman Monfort, Mike Singletary, who had 19 points in the first half. And Ronjay Buenafer completes their unit to start the third period. For Ginebra, they have Mark Agiwa, Dior Lohorn, who will miss, and Rico Meyerhofer gets to see action for the first time. Kasama si Mac Barako and L.A. Tenorio. Let's find out what both teams discussed at the half. Here's Erica.
As per Coach Ato, they're looking into just really intensifying their game dahil kinulang daw talaga sila nung first half. They're a fast break team pero hindi daw sila nakakuha ng mga fast break points, and gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, it's really the second chance points that they should work on. As per Coach Raiko naman, maintain the defense. Even if they're not shooting well, they were able to stop a lot of things, but now they have to focus more on making their shots as well. Balik sa inyo.
Thank you, Erica.
Ginebra, you mentioned earlier, nung nawala si Japet, baka ito rin yung naging mix-up kung bakit napansin natin. There wasn't as much energy as what we saw, especially in the Saturday game in which they won. That was their major concern.
Here's Kagiwa. Sends it to L.A. Barakael. And now Lohorn. Lohorn loses it. Here's Eman. Eman on the move. Eman all the way. Also fouled by Rico Meyerhofer.
Rico Meyerhofer. You can't fault the effort, but of course, Eman Monfort already in the air there, very, very late. That's why Monfort's going to have a three-point play opportunity.
Here's a Kawasaki rousing fast break brought to you by Rouser 135 by Kawasaki. Rouse the rider in you. Shot clock down to 10 for Ginebra.
Not a good offensive set there. Kita natin. Not really a lot of players moving with quickness para dito sa Barangay Ginebra.
Ganun ba ka-radical yung difference? So if you remove, because remember, Japet started the game. Yes. Pag tinanggal mo si Japet, how much movement do you sacrifice without Japet on the floor?
I think what you lose out when pag nawawala si Japet is, Japet can play multiple positions. He can play multiple positions on offense. And more importantly, on defense. He's their best defensive player in terms of shot blocking. Now, pag nawawala siya dyan, you lose a guy that is, first of all, 6'9". Second of all, the quickest 6'9" that locally that the PBA has ever produced. So, nakikita natin, ibang-iba yung itatakbo ng opensa ng Barangay Ginebra.
Meantime, here's JC, sends it to Singletary. He's open and he knocks it down. Singletary now with 24 points. And Barako on top, 57-43.
Mike Singletary, hardest to three-pointer to defend. That one, once
here in the third quarter, just a better start by Barako Bull.
And the one thing that they're doing well, they've done well in this game, is actually their defense. Their defense has been pretty solid.
Miss on the putback for Mark Kagiwa and a rebound for Eman Monfort. Here's Eman for three. Yes, sir! They left him open and he made them pay.
Right now, itong Barangay Ginebra just cannot match the energy of Barako Ball. Barako just keeps on coming. They're getting the better looks right now. Eman Monfort, a big thorn on the side of Barangay Ginebra.
So Ginebra having problems with the most powerful minion here, Eman Monfort. He's wide open, and so he took it and he made it. And so Ginebra's solution, they'll bring in another minion to stop a minion. Rob Labagala is about to check in the ball game.
Hinahanap ko eh.
Look at the numbers of Eman, 13 points. 3 out of 5 from Rainbow Country. As Mark Kagiwa misses the free throw. Peña has been solid, but he was given a technical foul. That's why Mark Kagiwa was on the line. And a rare appearance for Rob Lapagale here, but they're looking for someone to make things happen. Get this crowd in the game also.
Miko, different day, really different results. Look at L.A. Tenorio. Last game, career high, 34 points. Today so far, 0. Of course, you can't discount the fact na ang dami ng ginagawa, able to set up the offensive pass. But just scoring-wise, worlds apart. from today and the last game.
Thanks to our radio partners, 90.7 Love Radio, 101.1 Yes FM, 96.3 Easy Rock, and DCSR 918 Sports Radio. Brgy Santiago and Eric Reyes on the call. Eman Monfort against Labagala. And here's Singletary, cross-court, Ronjay from the corner.
Yun yung sinasabi natin kanina, they run the play and it's almost second nature now para sa Barako to know who the open guy is depending on what kind of plays the defense is going to do on that pick and roll. Without even thinking, you can see that nice cross-court pass that went to Ronjay Buenafé in the corner.
Foul is against Dorian Peña, his fourth. And 2 free throws here for Mark Kagiwa.
Another guy that struggled, Mark Kagiwa, only 1 out of 7.
Okay, Erica has a story here on Eman Monfort.
Hindi lang basta minion itong si Eman, kundi deadly minion who is very excited to play against LA. Dream matchup daw niya ito, kaya naman he feels the pressure to do better in setting up the plays, running the system to keep the energy up offensively and defensively. At kung sakasakali naman daw nakapusin, mananawagan siya agad-agad sa ibang mga minions. Kaya get ready, Miko. Balik sa inyo.
Ay, pag nanawagan yan ng mga minions, magkakaroon ng Minion Man March.
Minion Man March.
Kaya lang, hindi namin kailangan ng luneta.
Meron ba 1 million?
Hindi na kailangan luneta. Kaya dyan lang sa parking ng kasa na kami dyan. 63-47 in favor of Barako, and Dear Longhorn scores, and he has 15 points tonight.
Things can open up para kay Dear Longhorn dito dahil nawala na si Dorian Peña. Without Dorian Peña, he's been able to attack the basket much easier than all the other guys, but that one misses out on an easy rebound.
A rebound and an assist from Dave Marcelo. So everyone contributing here for Barako. Dave Marcelo just checked in the ball game.
Libreng-libre yung binigay na rebound doon. Longhorn did not grab the basketball.
Over 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Longhorn finds Barakel. Barakel from the corner, in and out.
Halong malas pa para sa Barangay Ginebra.
Here's Singletary. No. Kagiwa. Grab Labagala.
Nice pass on the part of Mark Kagiwa. Actually went through the legs of Eman Monfort.
How is that possible?
I know, that's what I was through the needle.
Yan ang needle. Meantime, as Singletary fires and misses, there's a foul on the Ginebra side. And check this out. Hindi naman between. I believe that would be impossible. Boy, it was between.
Told you.
That is absolutely threading the eye of a very small needle. And of course, the Rob Believer celebrating on that layup by Rob Labagala as Singletary connects. 2 out of 2. Well, that's what he never needs.
Yeah, energy,
Energy plays.
Energy plays that they can cheer for. Pero ang ginagawa dito, miski nakita natin, kakashoot lang na Ginebra. Barako just coming back and parang wala nangyari. And able to push back that lead up again to 16.
Here's Longhorn working hard, blocked by Dave Marcelo. And a forward pass for JC Intal. Went through his hands and turnover. That would have been a perfect pass. But the perfect pass, kailangan masalo.
Yes, but Rob Labagala just doing enough
To bother.
yung vision ni JC Intal. Maybe even tap the ball just to change the direction of that basketball.
Remember what you said earlier about Billy Mamaril? You know, your number is called. If you're ready, you can contribute. And that's what Rob is doing right now. He's ready. Rare appearance, but he's making a difference.
And to be fair, Rob Labagala, one of those guys that, we see those 2 points. He's going to play today. He might not play for about 3 straight games, 4, maybe even 5. But once his number is called, you know that he's going to produce something for you.
Meantime, Longhorn producing on that play, 3-point play opportunity, and he completes it. So Ginebra trying to battle back here midway through the third quarter. Singletary. Sidestep. Yes, sir.
Simpleng-simple ng 30 na ang ginagawa ni Mike Singletary. You know, he's punched in 10 points in this quarter. Just 6 minutes and a half gone by.
Here's Lowhorn. Actually, Lowhorn, ha? Pinahihirapan siya ni Dave Marcelo. That foul is on JC Intal.
The thing with him, we did mention the plus side niya, malaking katawan niya, pwede siyang bumangga sa ilalim. But you can see he doesn't have the quickness as most of the reinforcements that have come in this conference. Cannot really beat a guy off the dribble, unlike most of the other guys.
Lowhorn with 19 points for Ginebra. Barako Bulls still ahead here, 69-55. Here's Singletary in motion. It's import against import. Singletary with a speed advantage. But he gets spoiled by a double team. Here's Labagala. To Lowhorn. Lowhorn attacks. Lowhorn is fouled.
Para sa Barangay Ginebra, starts off with good defense. You know, play good defense on one end. And Rob Labagala actually doing a very good job in terms of pushing the basketball. At ngayon, sinasabayan siya ng mga kakampi niya.
Susubaybayan na ang PBA sa Action TV International sa Middle East via Orbit Showtime Network, sa Europe via OSN TV Tomorrow at sa Guam via MCV Broadband. Sabihan nyo, yung mga kamag-anak na abangan ng maaksyon na labanan ng PBA at UFL sa Action TV International. Under 5 minutes remaining in the third period. Barako Bulls still ahead. Although Ginebra determined to climb back here. Here's Singletary. With 30 points tonight. And he has an opportunity to add to his 30 points. The foul against Rico Meyerhofer. Third personal laban kay Rico. Basically both teams now in the penalty situation.
Another facet of the game kung saan nararamdaman ng Barangay Ginebra yung pagkawala ni Japet, because when this game started, Japet was actually on Mike Singletary.
Here's Kagiwa on the move, all the way!
Was 1 out of 7 earlier, but right now is starting to shoot much, much better.
JC Intal open for 3. Rebound, Lowhorn. This is an 11-point deficit. Ginebra trying to battle back. Labagala, where's he going? He goes to Lowhorn, who will not shoot from Rainbow Country. Here's Labagala. He's thinking about it. Lowhorn wants the ball. Labagala goes inside. Floater, no! And that will be last touch on Lowhorn.
Una para kay Lowhorn, then just slipped out of his hands. But what a nice matchup. Kita natin si Labagala at saka si Monfort. Really, Labagala having that opportunity to actually shoot over someone.
Minyunan eh. Kung ano man yung kapalitan kalabawan yung Minyunan. There's Dave Marcelo providing quality minutes here for Coach Mike Toroman.
Didn't expect Dave Marcelo to be putting in these points for his team.
Under 4 minutes to go in the third period. Meyerhofer, handoff, Helterbrand. And out to Lowhorn. Lowhorn with 21 points so far. And that's a foul, I think, against Marcelo. Check that. It's on Mark Mapagal for reaching in. So both teams already in the penalty. This will extend the last 3 minutes of the third quarter. Maybe Ginebra can catch up through free throws.
In all the quarters, the first 3 quarters, this has been the quarter kung saan nakita natin may pinakamaraming foul because it's actually been on both sides. Both teams, like you mentioned, they're in the penalty. And fairly early yung penalty nung dalawang koponan.
Here's Makapagal. Montfort. 12 to shoot.
Good adjustment on the part of the pick and roll defense.
And Montfort scores. Montfort now with 15 points.
Yeah, good adjustment on the part of Ginebra because when they're playing that pick and roll on that side na walang help, ang ginagawa kanina ng Ginebra, they were trapping and that would leave the import open. Now they stayed close, but Montfort making the right decision still.
Rebound by Mark Mapagal, and that's a loose ball foul against Billy Mamaril. The last 3 minutes, it's going to feel like 8 minutes because we'll have a lot. So Mark Mapagal made 1 out of 2 free throws of the loose ball foul ni Billy Mamaril. And that will restore this 15-point lead for Barako Bulls, 76-61.
And they continue to be able to spoil yung mga comeback ng Barangay Ginebra.
Billy has been splendid tonight off the bench.
10 points and he has not played that many minutes. But every time he's on the floor, nakakatulong siya.
Here's Montfort for 3. Yes, sir!
That's just too good. Right now, that's just too good.
And Montfort has gone nuts here in the third quarter.
18 points. He's got 4 3-pointers in this game. 10 points in the third.
Meantime, Lohorn against Dave Marcelo. Lohorn to Mamaril. Mamaril over to Tenorio, who has yet to score tonight. And that's a foul, I think, against Dave. So Ginebra, they're missing a lot of things here. They're missing the athleticism of Japet, who got hurt in the opening quarter. And they're missing the offensive firepower of LA Tenorio.
LA Tenorio, you can see right there, 0 out of 6. I was looking at the stats before the game, and the one thing that was impressive about Barangay Ginebra was actually the guys that are scoring in double digits for them, which was LA Tenorio, Ellis, Kagiwa, and Japet. All of them were shooting, aside from, other than Kagiwa, all of them are shooting over 50%. But you can see today, it hasn't been the case. LA got shooting very well. Ellis has not played much today.
Foul on Billy Mamaril, that's his third. The man of the moment. Or should I say the minion of the moment? Eman Montfort on the line.
It's almost crazy what he's doing right now. He announced his presence with a 22-point game against Meralco. Was solid against Air 21, although you might say 12 points again. But right now, he has 20. And what round was he picked up?
And he's doing it against El Tenorio, but JJ Hilterbrand, Rob Lapagala.
Against Meralco, he did it against Chris Ross. A very good defender.
Here's Siegel. Makapagal, dangerous from Rainbow Country. There's nowhere to go. Montfort, double clutch. Alam ko, papasok pa eh. And Barako still has the ball here with a new shot clock.
Wow, and that hurts Barangay Ginebra because you put in so much effort to have a good stop. You make a stop, but you don't clear the defensive rebound.
Oh, perfect play. Dave Marcelo, quality minutes. He gets 2 points. He's been getting rebounds. He's been defending Lohorn. Everything going right for Barako Bull here in the third quarter.
Kumpiyansa, the confidence is oozing for Barako Bull at the moment. And just willingness to share the basketball. Lots of good things happen to basketball teams. Pag umiikot yung bola and the players are willing to pass the ball.
And when Montfort is going to take a breather here, he really worked hard in this third quarter.
Worked hard and paid off for him.
10 points in the third. Nita Macapagal sends it to Marcelo. Marcelo really earning his minutes. Wild shot by Macapagal. Ginebra fast break in the making here. Oh, Fast and the Furious here, but Mark takes it all the way for two.
Actually a good shot because since he took it all the way and really saved a lot of time on the clock, they will have another possession. A 2-for-1 on the part of Mark Aguiwa.
Time winding down here in the third. Whoa! Whoa! Double ankle breaker for Danny Siegel! Did you see that? How old is Danny Siegel? Wow!
And more importantly, how old did the defenders look?
Wow! People in the big dome are still stunned.
Danny Siegel, but you can see.
Wow! Double ankle breaker. You don't see this every day. I think this. One more quarter to go in this Friday showdown between Barako Bull and Barangay Ginebra. At sila ang ating mga ulala, mahal ng masa fans of the day. Mula sa masarap malaman, mura at kahit ganyan kasi easy to open ulalam. Ready to eat ulam. Para sa masa, mahal ng masa, ulalam, 15 pesos lang. So glad you could join us sa ating coverage of the PBA Governors Cup. Pico Adili here with Jason Webb. Erica Padilla is manning the courtside position as Willie Wilson. Wow. Wanted to give that ball to Willie, but the ball would stay with Ginebra.
Gotta think Ginebra's gotta make a run here to start the fourth, because this is 18 at the moment.
Because if you look at the trend of this game, Barako Bull, lamang at the end of the first, they were up by 4. Then up by 8 at the half. And then palaki lang ng palaki yung advantage nila, yung lamang nila in this game.
And to be fair, Barako's actually been the better team today. They look much sharper than Ginebra. Ginebra looked at times flat, but you know, you take it on a minute-to-minute thing, a possession per possession. And right now, when you look at the squads on the floor, you'd think that Ginebra might have a chance to have a run here, because the two best players of Barako today, their import as well as Montfort, are both in the bench.
30-second timeout for Barako Bull.
So 30-second timeout here for Barako Bull. They're on top, 85-69. Once again, if you're just joining us, Japet Aguilar was brought to the hospital, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Here's our Photon Strong Drive, brought to you by Photon. Empower your business. It's that double ankle breaker. Bagsak si Lohorn tsaka si Billy Mamaril.
Parang sa wrestling, di pa tumatama, nalaglag pa eh.
I'm telling you, I think that play will end up on ESPN in the US. It's one of those plays. Siyempre, Barako na naman eh. Alley-oop, Siegel! Yes, sir!
Nice play coming out of that timeout. And well run by Barako Bull. But still, if you're Ginebra, you can't be disheartened. Ito yung pagkakataon. These first 3-4 minutes, you really gotta make a run.
How do you make a run if your primary gunners aren't exactly waxing hot? LA is struggling. Mark struggled in the first half. He has 12 points.
Even if you're struggling, you can see though, Mark struggling, but the effort is there. And that's what it seems na kulang para sa araw na to, para sa Barangay Ginebra. A little bit more, yung tinatawag nating gigil. Would help if they make their free throws. Lots of misses as well para sa Ginebra mula sa free throw line.
Danny Siegel again. Ginebra down by 17 big points. Here's Mamaril, back to Mark. Shot clock down to 15, and Kagiwa will miss. And that will be last touch on Keith Jensen. And Mark Kagiwa will sit down in favor of Mac Barakael. Penisi comes in for Dave Marcelo, who had an excellent stint off the bench.
Lots of players really contributing well para dito sa Barako. Dorian Peña with his defense as well as Dave Marcelo. Of course, Evan Monfort, third quarter was really huge.
Two minutes having gone by here in the payoff period. Ginebra looking for win number 2.
Parang may mismatch.
Ay, Vic! Bantay si LA kay Vic at di nila nakita. Here's Barakael. Oh, nice! And he scores!
Konting bawi lang ni Mac Barakael doon. Kung kanina ankle breaker on the part of Danny Siegel to get some Ginebra players down. Now it's Mac Barakael's turn. And Mick Penisi.
So Barakael completes the three-point play. Barako, on the other hand, they have this great opportunity. If they hold on to this lead, they will tie Petron for the top spot in the Governor's Cup.
Yeah, they tie them at the top spot, and there are two teams that are going to get eliminated. That would mean that they would have a 2-game advantage in the loss column already against Air 21.
I think Penisi fouled out with still over 9 minutes to go in the ball game.
Gave up his foul, but you know what? As we see this play right here, been a tough day para kay Mick. But you know, that's actually worse news para dito sa Barangay Ginebra dahil pumasok tuloy si Dorian pati yung import ng Barako Bull.
Here's Wilson, corner, yes. Willie Wilson with 7 points.
You know, Ginebra's actually back in this game playing without their import.
Okay, we'll take this time out. Barako Bull on top, 87-75.
Knife. Panasonic.
Well, Ginebra making a run here with over 8 minutes to go in the fourth and final quarter. They're down by 12, and LA goes to Mamaril. Mamaril, yes!
Yeah, and again, Miko, it's that local lineup. They're playing with a lot more fire here in the fourth quarter. They're moving much better, and they're moving as a unit.
A miss by Singletary, and a loose ball gathered by LA. Ginebra down by 10. And the ball will stay with Ginebra.
Barako Bull now trying to bring back all their aces and all their aces out. Binalik na nila yung import nila. Ronjay is there. Monfort is there. Probably the best 5 that has played today for them.
That's a foul against Ronjay Buenafe. And that will be the third team foul against Barako Bull. LA on the move, all the way! LA
Tenorio has yet to score a field goal up to this point. Just using his quickness there, and then yung talino, yung guile to be able to get the 2 points over a much bigger Dorian Peña. What a surprise for fans that were actually watching this game kanina. Ang layo na ng Kalamangan, 19. Now it's just down to 7.
Under 8 minutes to go in the payoff period. Siegel. Oh, go! Peña saves it. Singletary attacks. Sets up Brgy from the corner. No go! Rebound, LA! Here's Tenorio to Hildebrand. Ginebra down by just 7 points. They were down by as many as 19 earlier. Hildebrand for 3. No go! And that will be a loose ball foul on Billy Mamani. Manny Siegel is back on the bench.
Very upset about that last play. Felt he got fouled there.
Jensen. That was the bad pass.
This is a play that has worked very well para sa Barako. Not there. Not that time. They got the switch that they wanted. Medyo maaga lang yung pasa ni Eman Monfort. You gotta wait a little bit. Let your big guy secure his position. And mismatch na eh.
Tenorio, Wilson, Lohorn is back in the game. Barako and Hildebrand. That's the unit for Ginebra. And that's a offensive foul on Lohorn. And there's a warning on Ginebra head coach Ato Agustin for resentment to a call. As we near the halfway mark of the 4th and final quarter. Up and under. Oh, he missed it. Almost, but not quite for Singletary. Instead, here's Ginebra. Tenorio. Cross court. Hildebrand for 3. No. Jensen clears the rebound. Singletary is down.
Yes.
Singletary is down under the Ginebra basket.
I don't know if the rest of the Barako players know it.
Peña grabs the rebound. Singletary looks seriously hurt here. But you know what? He's fine. I know that look. That's the look of the cause and effect. I was the cause. I'm looking for the. I'm the effect. I'm looking for the cause.
May have been Lohorn at the post right here.
Yun. The left elbow of dear Lohorn meeting the face of Singletary.
Ang liliit pa naman ang muscle nito si Lohorn. Pag kinamahakan.
Make no mistake about it, this is a ball game. It's just a 7-point lead for Barako Bull, and you have over 6 minutes left.
Yes,
only
only
the 4th.
And you have to say that momentum is on the side of Barangay Ginebra.
Let's see how Barako Bull responds. Here's Monfort. Heath. Jensen. Nunes. Rebound. Willie Wilson. Oh, a swipe. A swipe. And a nice assist. Monfort to Buenafe.
And a huge turnover there because Ginebra had a chance. You could see that 4 of their guys bumaba na. Wilson just couldn't secure the basketball tight enough.
Here's LA for 3. Singletary clears the rebound. Benefit telling everybody, okay, just chill. We're up by 9. No need to rush. Dr. Brand trying to harass Eman Monfort. Second personal against JJ. JJ will step out in favor of Mark Kagiwa. Here's our Prestone defensive stop of the game, brought to you by Prestone Break Fluid. For superior braking action and safety, siguradong nasa mabuti kang kamay. Shot clock down to 6. Monfort for 3. Yes, sir!
Doesn't matter. Saliwa yung paa, kakalanding pa lang nagdi-dribble, nakaset shot. He's just been out of this world, this conference.
Minion nga eh.
Tama, out of this world guy.
23 points for little Eman Monfort. And you know, Ginebra's backcourt, they don't know what to do anymore with Eman.
It's really tough. I mean, with guys shooting that well.
And here's Monfort again, all the way for 2. 25 points.
Kala ko idadang ko eh. Pero maganda nilalaro eh.
So with under 5 minutes remaining in the fourth, Barako Bull once again enjoying a 14-point lead. And despite a furious rally by Ginebra earlier, to cut it down to 6 points kanina, 6-7 points.
Yes. But you know, still a chance para sa Barangay Ginebra, but they've got to find a way to get the ball outside or off the hands of Eman Monfort because he's been the catalyst of this offense. Mike Singletary actually scoreless here in the quarter.
Still scoreless in the quarter. Still scoreless in the quarter. Still scoreless in the quarter. And that ball is up for grabs. It ends up with Singletary. And he's still scoreless in the quarter, but he will go to the line.
That play right there really personifies kung ano nangyari for majority of this game. Right? For majority of this game, of course, he never made that run or had made that run here in the fourth quarter. But majority of this game, the energy of Barako from top to bottom, giving problems para dito sa Barangay Ginebra.
Commissioner Attorney Chito Salud, Ray Marshal, Mr. Ricky Santos, all part of the hardworking commissioner's office, and the man on the line, the hardworking import of Barako Bull, Michael Singletary. Would you find that strange that yung Barako Bull Singletary was not as productive in the fourth quarter, yet they never relinquished the lead?
Yes, but of course, they had a big lead to begin with. Now, one thing that I'm actually looking at as well right now, Miko, outside of what you were talking about is, nakikita natin dito para sa Barangay Ginebra, Joshua Bistondo's here on their side. Remember that he came from Barako. What if he never left Barako? That means na hindi natin siguro makikita yung labas ng laro. Ito si Eman Monfort. Talked about that earlier, getting that opportunity, and what do you do with the opportunity? Eman Monfort became the #1 point guard in Barako because of all the players or the point guards that became unavailable for them.
Oh, so Jonas got injured.
Yes, and all of a sudden, at this point, stat-wise, maybe the top 3 guards right now that have played stat-wise this conference.
And then if I were to expand the conversation, Barako, they're poised to go 3-1 if they hold on and win this game. When they lost Alain Maligsi as Joshua Pistondo chases the loose ball, chased down by Singletary. Remember how Barako fans were devastated when they lost Alain Maligsi? They felt they lost one of their primary scorers. And look at what Barako is now.
Yes, kumbaga, addition through subtraction. Chase down, like we said, effort all around para dito sa Barako. Just when you think you've got 2 points, that one just got erased. Of course, not gaining any more friends. Si Mike Secretary.
Kasi emotional eh. 34 points for Michael Singletary. It's back to a 13-point lead for Barako with 2:45 remaining in the ballgame. Meyerhofer inside, back to Lowhorn. Lowhorn calmly sets it. 30 points for Lowhorn.
Hindi mo naramdaman yung 30 niya. No? I mean, it's because he shot well. Kung titignan mo, parang he gets his points out of within the flow of things, but it's not spectacular. Not at all. Not even close to spectacular.
Well, we talked about it in the opening quarter. Lowhorn, I mean, he's not your high flyer, highlight machine input. It's not him. And I don't think Ginebra got him to be a highlight machine. I think Ginebra got him so that he could dominate inside.
Yeah, and if you look at it, they still have a chance here. Speaking of Ginebra, this is just 11 points.
Anyway, mapapanood na ang PBA sa pinakabagong channel sa Pay TV Hyper. Please check your local cable operators for availability. Approaching the last 2 minutes of the fourth. Meyerhofer with an open shot. Opts to give it to Mark. Mark, cross court, LA. And now Urbistondo for 3.
That's a big shot right there. If that had gone in, makikita natin malaki pa yung pag-asa ng Ginebra, but since it didn't go in, now this is very, very bleak for the Ginebra side.
That's a foul against Meyerhofer. Rico Meyerhofer fouls out. Been a long night for Ginebra. Chapit got injured.
Yes.
We're all hoping, Chapit's injury is not that serious. Dinala na siya sa hospital to undergo an MRI on his right knee. So hopefully we get better news about Chapit. But LA struggled. Mark struggled in the first half. He could not contain Singletary and Montfort.
For that, actually, for the combination of Singletary and Montfort, scoring more than half of the total of Barako Bull.
Within a minute and a half left, Barako Bull, lamang 102-86 over Ginebra. We'll be back in a moment.
Ngayong PBA Sabado Nights, laban ng Opensa versus Depensa.
You are not going anywhere!
Ang magaganap kapag nagharap ang magkapatid na koponan, Sandlake Coffee versus Petron Blades. Ikaw, saan ka? Kampihan na! The PBA Governors Cup, Sabado, 6 p.m. sa IBC 13 at 9 p.m. sa Aksyon TV 41. Papapanood din sa Hyper. Hatid sa inyo ng Sports 5.
Well, things looking bleak for Ginebra here. If they don't find a way to put up a comeback of miracle proportions, they will slide down to 1-2. And then Barako Bull, on the other hand, could be a minute and a half away from sharing the penthouse suite of the team standings with Petron.
Yeah, a lot of good teams though in that 1-2 situation. You have Talk and Tex, you have Sunmake Coffee, and if Barangay Ginebra is unable to pull this one off, three of the more glamorous teams in the league.
Lowhorn with a hustle play, but he slid out of bounds. So that chopped off more time from the clock. Probably feel that the Ginebra just couldn't match the overall energy of Barako. I mean, we also mentioned the guys who came off the bench.
Yes, and para dito sa Ginebra, Miguel was good coming off the bench, but you have to think that the Singletary and Montfort connection all game long, when they're there, it was just so difficult for them to contain, especially that side pick and roll that Barako Bull was doing.
Singletary will steal the ball and he'll dunk it home.
Yeah, I believe for that timeout was to make sure na hindi na lumaki yung kalamangan just in case they'll need the quotient.
Earlier today, Meralco beat Talk and Text 92-86. Meralco moving up to 2-2, and Talk and Text sliding to 1-2 here in the Governor's Cup. Eman Montfort, strongest candidate for best player of the ball game. He fires a 3. This is it that time. Mark Kagiwa sends it to Billy Mamarin. Oh, Billy misses the dunk. But Billy played quality minutes here. Nawala si Japet, Billy came in and tried his best to help Ginebra. But in the end, Barako Bull with so much energy and very aggressive all throughout the night, winning here 104-91.
Surprise at the top. Maybe a lot expected Petron to be there, but Barako, they're at the top right now.
There's your final score, 104-91. Barako Bull winning over Barangay Ginebra. We're about to chat with our best player of the ball game, and